right, Guitar Ensemble. Last time we were talking about Etude number 7. We were talking about part 1, and we had just started alternating A and M as opposed to M and I. So getting lots of new good technique there. Today's lesson, we're going to jump down to part 2. You can see that part 2 is kind of an inversion rhythmically or harmonically from, or melodically, I don't know. So it's all an inversion in a way. Of part 1. Instead of starting with the bass note and then going to the upper notes, we're going to start with the upper notes and then go to the bass notes. When played together with part 1, it's going to make harmony. And as we've done as an ensemble, this is like a duet of a kind, right? So for today, we're going to look at part 2, and we're going to do that alternating M and I. So same concept. If the stems are going up, we're alternating M and I using the apoyando picado technique. And if the stems are going down, it's free stroke with the thumb. So let me go ahead and just move this a little bit over so we can have a cleaner view of that thumb technique there. Good. And then let me get the metronome going. Nice slow tempo of 60. And here's that technique using M and I. 1, 2. Here it is. So at any point, you can go ahead and rewind that video to play along. That was it at the slower tempo. Again, noticing that it is rest stroke, apoyando, picado in the upper notes, and the free stroke with the lower notes. I'm going to go ahead and raise this tempo here to 80. 60 to 80 is our target choice of tempo. And so now if you want to play along with it a little bit faster, this is the faster tempo of this particular exercise. 1, 2, here I go. So same concept as with the slower tempo. Again, remembering that P is the free stroke, M and I, alternating always M first, M, then I, then M, then I, then M, then I, as rest strokes. Okay, so start at tempo 60, work your way up to 80. When we talk about this lesson again in the next week, we're going to start that with A and M before we move on to any further exercises. It's really important to make sure that we have a solid sound and solid foundation of those techniques before we try to do harder or more complicated things in later exercises. Okay, so we're going to really dissect this one. Those are the 4 different things we have to do. Part 1 and part 2, M and I, A and M per part. before we move on to the next thing. Like always, if you have any questions, you can comment them in the Google Classroom thread. You can email me, or you can meet me in the Gmeet. Cheers.